Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking through the center guns that you're going to want to have in your team by the end of the season. So what we're going to do here is click the more filters, go into all positions and click center. If you didn't know how to do that, there you go. So we're going to talk about Zach Lomax for starters. Go in there, he's averaging 46.3 over the season, which is awesome. You can see he's scored 6 tries over the season, only 3 games where he hasn't scored a try. In those 3 games, he averaged 40. Which is really good. And as you can see, he's hovering, his lowest score's been 39, highest score of 54. So really consistent over his time playing with the Dragons, even over a period where they were playing really badly. So he's also kicks goals, got the tackles there. Obviously only had the one low game, but usually between sort of 18 in the high 20s. A few tackle breaks, only a couple of misses, about 100 meters average gain per game. So really consistent in this Dragons team, and they're only going to get better. As you can see, the last few weeks have been playing much better, which will only mean good things for his price, his scoring potential, etc. So there's our first keeper center, and that's about all. No, seriously, check out this list. All the most expensive guys are injured, or Momorowski will probably not play the full season. There's a chance that he loses his spot. And when you can get 7 in 80 minutes, I don't think anyone's going to want to bring him in like Mr. Bradman Best. Jack Bird's obviously injured too. Graham's in there, Staggs, Capewell, all these guys that you could think about having in your team are injured currently, so nothing really to talk about with them. Mataudia would be my clear second best option. Only issue is he's now had a bunch of head knocks again. He's on the bench this week, so he's not someone to talk about or bring into your team. Hopefully, for those that have him, he comes in and starts from here on. But as of this week, he's not someone that we'd want to talk about. But him playing in the second row, if he keeps that position and plays 60 minute plus, then he's definitely the second keeper in the centre position. And then you move down to other guys like Ewan Aiken's been playing fairly well, but an average of 37 is nothing too crazy. But he's improving his scoring over the last bunch. So since he's played the 80 minutes, he's averaging 42. So there's a chance that you could have him, and you can have Lomax and Aitken, but I'd probably steer clear of that. But he's half an option there. Josh Morris as well. Since he's moved over to the Roosters, he's averaging much better. Obviously, he can have his off game. He got 17 one game, 20 in there. So not someone I'd want to be trying to bring in. A lot of us guys right now have these sort of borderline players. They might score really well one week, then really poorly the next. And I feel like, with not a lot of options in these teams, now we're getting into really low territory. No one really important there. But if we look back at my team and where it's at in the centre position, you've got Latrell there. A lot of people have him. Very up and down in his scoring. Has the potential to score well, but doesn't do it at least half the time, which is annoying. But I feel like it's probably a bit silly to just keep rotating our centers in and out. Okay, he has a bad game, I'm going to just trade him out and bring in someone else who might have a good game, but then the next one they go bad as well, and then you're playing that center roulette where you just keep changing everyone. I was doing that a little bit with my wing fullbacks at the start of the season, and that didn't pan out too well for me, bringing in Drinkwater and the like. So something to think about there. So I've got a few guys that can play centre wing and fullback. We've got Crichton, same thing with him. Most people are like, oh, he's shit, we should get rid of him. He scored a try and got 24 against the Storm, and everyone's like, yep, time to get rid of him. And then he's obviously scored a bunch of tries, but he's scoring 2 tries and getting 43, so whilst he's doing this, there's no point, trying to get rid of him. Yes, there's every chance next week he gets 10. He gets 25. Whatever. And it's okay, time to get rid of him again, but there's really no options. There's no point wasting a trade on it. And, in a good Panthers team, then there's more chance he's going to score well. He's going to score some tries than not. You can see he's scored a try almost every game, similar to Lomax has. So there's no point trading those kind of guys out. Bradman Best as well. Look, I know a bunch of people are trying to get him out. If you have centre cover and you would like to get Bradman, if Best is playing in your wing fullback like he is for me, there's a chance you can get rid of him. If you can bring in Teddy or something like that, then go for it. But again, when he scores tries, he goes really well. But that's normal for centers and fullbacks. It's very rarely that you'll have a center in your team like a Sione, Mataudio, and any of those guys that gets a majority of his points in sort of tackles and runs. Best doesn't do that. But the 2 games before that, he didn't do anything and got 28 or 30. Made 20 tackles for 2 misses, 14 tackles for 1. On the weekend was just a shocker. He made 6 tackles, 3 missed tackles, a couple of errors, which he doesn't normally do, and made less meters than he does. So the 6 on the weekend is an anomaly. He's playing a great Eels team. He's not going to play them every week. There's going to be games coming up where he plays some average teams. Like you got Rabbitohs this week who have a couple of wingers that are new to the team, and how will they defend? Will they be good? Will they not be? Then you got Bulldogs the next week where you could have an absolute field day against, if they're playing Carrot Holland on that center and on that center side. So just thinking about that, guys. It's probably not worth playing roulette with them. As I said, if you can get a keeper out of it, you can downgrade downgrade him and upgrade somewhere else, and you have the cover, then yeah, by all means go for it. But if you're just going to trade him to another guy at a similar price, other than a Zach Lomax or something like that, but almost that feels half sideways because he's averaging 43. It's only a couple points less than Lomax, and I understand that he hasn't gone well the last 3 weeks, but everyone has a bit of a few bad games. Like Ponga had a bad game or a couple of bad games the last few weeks, and then comes back with a 57. So that's just my general thoughts on the centre position, guys. Let me know what you're feeling. Obviously, I've got Tessie New as well in the centre position, and he's playing it at fullback, and I think he'll score right, but I can't see him being a keeper. But he'll probably be someone that makes a bit of money. He made 50k last week. I can see an average in the 30s. But generally, the keepers in the centre position is going to be really tough. So have a think about that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in some future videos. Have a good one.